Hey guys, my name is Jax Vicious. I'm a celebrity makeup artist and I'm here today with Ardell Beauty creating this fierce cut crease for you guys. So if you want to learn how to create this look, keep watching. So I'm going to start with my eyes first. I'm going to be using the Ardell Pro Eyeshadow Palette in Metallic Matte. I'm starting off with In Her Prime Eye Primer. This one is in matte. If you want your colors to pop, this is gonna be the way to go. So I'm gonna start with my first transitional color, which is going to be this beautiful warm brown here. I like to apply my transitional color with two brushes. I start off with a small, fluffy, domed brush, and that's because I like to pack on the color into my crease. This allows me to get a lot more color payoff and pigmentation. And then I go in with a fluffier brush. The bristles are a little longer, just like this. They're domed. This is gonna help me feather it out or blend it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this color with the smaller brush and then start by applying it from the outer corners of my eyes. And I like to do a dabbing motion. When I swipe back and forth, I feel like the pigment just kind of falls on my face. So what I like to do is just dab on. I feel like this really grabs on to the primer. Don't worry about making this look perfect. The next step will be using this brush to basically fan it out. So I want this to be true to its color. I call this my detailing brush because it's just so small and cute. Like me. I'm gonna go ahead and use this shadow to blend out this shadow. Holding the brush from the end is gonna give you less pressure when you apply the eyeshadow. So I like holding my brushes as far away from the ferrule as I can. So notice how I hold the brush very lightly. And this isn't for looks. I'm not trying to be like, oh, pinky out, you know? It's literally because I'm trying to hold the brush very lightly to get a perfect blend from this eyeshadow. I'm taking the Camouflage concealers in shades Light 2 and Light 1. The reason why I want to use the 2 is because I feel like Light 1 is a little light and Light 2 is a little dark, a little too dark for the type of cut crease I want to do. So I'm going to just go ahead and mix them and create the perfect custom color that I want. Be very mindful. When I do say flat brush, a lot of people just grab any flat brush, but make sure that it literally goes like completely flat at the end. It's not like, you know, some brushes are a little bit like chubbier, fatter, they have a little bit more bristles. It literally needs to be flat. So what I like to do is I just apply it on the center of my eye at first. And then I like to look up and allow my concealer to transition higher up onto my crease. Let me make sure I did that right. There we go. So see how there's a little bit of excess concealer there? That's where I know where I'm gonna take up the line for my cut crease. And the reason why I do this is because when I do makeup, before I knew this trick, I used to stop right under here. And let's say if I was using like a lot of shimmer or glitter on my lids, and then I would look up, I would always have this like little line transitioning on the top, and I hated that. Now what I do is, I do swipe back and forth to get the perfect line, but in the beginning, what works best for me is literally just dabbing the color on. So now I'm gonna not take it all the way to the end. It's not gonna be a full cut crease. I'm gonna go ahead and use darker eyeshadows in here. But for now, I'm just perfecting all of these lines. So the next step is actually applying the eyeshadow. For this look, I'm gonna try this iridescent pinkish tone, and I think I'm gonna mix a little bit of this color in the inner corner. We'll see. I'm gonna be using a flat brush, but notice the difference from the brush I initially used to create my cut crease with the concealer. See the difference? This is what I meant. flat end brush, you're gonna get that really precise line. And this flat brush has a little bit more of a fluffiness to it. So this is gonna be better for picking up pigments, picking up eyeshadow shimmers, and depositing them on the eyes. So again, I'm gonna use that same patting motion to apply this shimmer. And take in consideration, it's a shimmer, so essentially the pigments do need to be broken down in order to have the shadow look really nice and shiny and metallic-y. Ooh, I'm gonna go out tonight. But I want a little bit more of an intense look, so I'm gonna go in with a darker eyeshadow, and I'm gonna be using some of the brushes that I already used. It's okay if they have eyeshadow on them already, it doesn't matter, we're using a darker color. But I do make sure that I use smaller brushes just to not get like the eyeshadow everywhere. I wanna keep it nice and tight right in here. So I'm gonna start with the smaller brush, again, picking up the pigments, darker, rich, chocolatey brown. And I'm gonna go ahead and deposit this color right at the outer end of my eye. I don't want this color to overpower the whole eye. I just want to darken it lightly. So I'm not going to add any color to my second brush. I'm just gonna go ahead and on the outer corners, dab it in an outer motion. Next step is going in with eyeliner. This is my favorite part just because I really get to change up the whole eyeshadow look and the whole shape of my actual eye. And I'm using the Fame Chaser eyeliner. This one is a felt tip, and I love that it's a little bit of a longer felt tip, so it's really gonna help me get like that nice precise wing. So starting from the outer corners of my eyes, I'm gonna slowly drag it out. And then at the end, I'm applying less pressure and just flicking the liner out. So this is kind of like the starting point. Doesn't look perfect yet, but I can build upon this. I know some people are scared of eyeliner, so felt tips make it very easy to apply and achieve a nice wing liner. Okay, so now we're getting to the really fun part, choosing lashes. So for this look, because I do have a wing liner, a full wing, and then I have this cut crease going on, I really wanted to show, and I want lashes that make my eyes look more elongated. So for this look, I'm choosing 2 lashes. I do like a little bit of drama, but not too much. The Remy lashes in style 778, and on top of those, I'm gonna stack and sandwich the 3D faux mink lashes in style 854. So the reason why I want these on the bottom is because they're very nice and wispy. They're gonna give a little bit more of a fluffy effect to my eyes. So I'm choosing the 3D faux mink lashes in style 854 to sandwich on top, because if you notice, they're a little bit more lightweight, and if you notice, they have a little bit more separation in between the lashes, so it's really gonna give your lashes like a really nice, like fluffy effect. And sandwiching them both together just creates your own personalized look, which I love. So what I like to do when you do take the lashes off of like their actual little packaging is I like to press my finger onto the lash and pull down, and pull down. This way you don't damage the lashes and they just come off nice and easily. So once I have the lashes off of the actual packaging, wiggle them to kind of break the band so that it creates a little nice curve on the lash. When you put it on, it's gonna have that curve that your eye naturally has. So due to the fact that I love nails, I can't use my actual fingers to apply the lash. So I'm gonna use a lash applicator. And at first, I'm going to measure and see how long I want my lashes to look. And see how there's excess lash out here? I'm gonna have to trim maybe 2 clusters from the ends. So what I'm actually gonna do, only because I'm gonna use the 854s on the top, I'm gonna snip off this first little cluster off, because I do like how the end flares out on this style of lash, and I'm gonna end up cutting the end of this one. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna go in with my trusted Lash Adhesive Duo Clear. So what I do is I grab a little bit of the glue on the back of any brush and I just apply it right along the lash line. And then you want to allow it to dry and get tacky for about a minute. That way, once you apply it on the actual lash, it's gonna really stick and it's not gonna move anywhere. While those are drying, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my second pair and I'm gonna go ahead and take them off. Again, we're gonna wiggle. These have a little bit of a thicker band than the other. See, it creates like a memory curve to the lash. And I like to curve it a little bit more like on the inner corner because that's, your eye naturally curves a little bit more on the inner corner and it's a little bit more flat at the end. So this is gonna really make it a lot easier to apply the lash and it's gonna make the lash stick on better. And I'm gonna look to see where I want to cut the excess lash. And the nice thing is that the lashes already have a little bit of the tackiness, a little bit of adhesive, so they do lay on your lashes. Okay, I'm gonna snip like one cluster. And I'm snipping just one cluster at the end so that it fits my eyes. I do like how the lash starts. So I don't want to compromise the fact that it starts very short and it ends longer. So that's why I ended up cutting the ends off of this lash. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop on the lashes. And before I do that, I like to kind of look at the band and see how clear the glue has gotten. So I kind of know if it's dried enough or if I need to allow it to sit for a little longer, a few seconds longer. I'm going to place it on the center of my eye first and then adjust each end. So popping it on there and it grabbed right away. That's how I know that the glue is nice and tacky. And I'm gonna adjust it right in here, inner corner of my eye. And I'm gonna pull a little bit actually. I want it a little further out. There we go! Looking like a baddie now! Right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and stack the second lash. So I'm really gonna make sure that this has that nice curve that I want because it is that second lash. I don't wanna stick it on too high. I don't wanna mess it up. I want it to have the perfect curve. So what I do is I kind of fold it inward. If I notice that the band is a little bit thicker, up here, again, stick it right in the middle first. Then I'm gonna adjust the inner corner, and then I'm gonna adjust the outer corner. So I'm gonna do my foundation first, and also I'm gonna hold off on the brows because I feel like if I do my brows before foundation, my brows end up looking like way too dark, and also they don't stay on as long. So grab a nice amount, and I'm just gonna apply it just like I normally would apply a moisturizer. This is gonna give my skin a little bit more of like a healthy glow. So now I'm gonna go in with the Photo Face Matte Foundation, and this is in the color Light 2.0. I like to kind of go a little bit overboard with my foundation because I really want it to be full coverage. So I'm gonna take the foundation, I'm gonna go a little bit over my brows. Again, this is gonna help any brow product that I use adhere a lot better. I'm gonna go in with the Glam-Touring Highlight Contouring Duo Stick in the shade Medium. So what I'm gonna do is take the darker and just draw little lines along the higher part of my cheekbone, right here, right along my forehead, temples. So with this, just make sure that you are really blending it into your hairline. See if I pull my hair back. Yeah, blend it all the way. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Photo Face Concealer in the shade Light 1.5. I'm gonna take this underneath my eye and I apply a pretty generous amount. Out and over my nose. And the reason why I take it over my nose is because this is an illusion. It makes my nose appear a little smaller. Very lightly. Notice I'm still dabbing. So after I've set my concealer, I'm gonna go in and set my contour with the Vacay Mode bronzer. There's two shades, Lucky and Lust and Rustic Tan. I'm gonna be using Rustic Tan. I'm choosing a fluffier brush to apply my powder contour because it's gonna allow me to blend it a lot easier. I still look a little dead, a little pale, so we need to blush up my cheeks. And I'm gonna be using both colors of this blush. All right, so I'm gonna be using Life of the Party right on the apples of my cheeks. And I'm gonna make sure that I'm applying it very lightly using light strokes. A nice trick on where and how to apply blush is keep it 2 fingers away from your nose. Don't drag it even further than that, or else your face is gonna kind of droop. So 2 fingers away from the nose, and then don't bring it and cover your contour either. So 2 fingers from where your contour initially starts. So I'm gonna grab Sex Me Back, and I'm gonna use this to kind of blend the 2 colors together. Okay, so now we're moving on to brows, and these are really, really important because they frame your whole face. I like a little bit of a higher arch, so I definitely like to start with a pencil, or I opt more for a pencil. So for this, I'm gonna be using Brow Celebrity in the color medium brown. And I'm also gonna be using Stroke a Brow in the color taupe. So right in here, I like to arch my brow a little more. Then at the top, I don't bring it in all the way. And that's because I'm gonna be using the Stroke a Brow to mimic those little fake hairs right in here. So I'm doing very fine light strokes. I'm using my finger again on my face to allow me to create a little bit less pressure. And then let's go ahead and click upward. Okay, so now that I have my foundation, my concealer, everything is set, I can go ahead and work on the bottom lash line. And I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the first color that I used as my transitional color. To seal the deal with the eyeshadow and the eye look, I'm gonna be using 2 different mascaras. My personal preference, I feel like I need 2 different mascaras. I'm gonna be using the Mega Volume Never Flat Mascara. This one has a really nice, thick, full applicator, just like this. So this is really gonna kind of wisp up my lashes and really give them that nice, full, thick layer of mascara that I want right at the base of my lash. For the bottom lashes, I do opt for a brush that is a little bit smaller. I don't want too much volume on my lower lashes, but I definitely don't like to forget them because I feel like when you really dress them up, your bottom lashes end up giving a little bit more of a sexier appeal to your eyes, and it draws more attention to your eyes. So I'm gonna be using the Faux Mink Multi-Layering Mascara with a little bit of a smaller brush, a lot smaller brush. But this one, if you notice, it's flat. Then you have your bristles right on the top and bottom. So it's gonna be easier to get those smaller lashes. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my top lashes. And I'm not gonna run the mascara all the way through the lashes. I'm just focusing on my natural ones. And a quick tip, what I like to do is actually lightly touch the actual mascara brush onto like the very base of my bottom lashes. And that basically makes it look like I have a lot more bottom lashes. So literally touching the actual mascara brush right on the base of my lashes like this. Makes it a little bit darker. Some people use eyeshadow, but I feel like eyeshadow gives it makes everything too dark. So just lightly using mascara to do that. gives the illusion of more lashes.
Notice the difference between the two eyes?
I do. I've already lined my lips, so now I'm gonna go ahead and dress them up with a little bit of Vinyl Vixen lip lacquer in the color Kinky Nude. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Jax Vicious, and don't forget to subscribe to Ardell Beauty's YouTube channel. Till next time.